Hey everyone, Geezer Tony here. We're once again back out here at the Siler City Country Club. Today we are playing golf, but the video is going to be more than just about playing golf. I want to talk about my lifetime golf journey, and it's spanned now 60 years, and I want to share a lot of that with you. So as we play golf, I'm going to be talking, and it'll be less about, I may explain less about the shots I'm hitting and talk more about things that have happened in my golf life over the years. So let's head on over and get this going. Okay, so here we are over at first tee, par 4, from this tee position, playing about 365. Again, today is going to be more about me talking about my 60 years of golf, the journey, and my biggest breakthrough. So I won't be talking as much about the shots. We're just going to play along, and you'll see the shots and all, but most of the talking will be done between the shots. Today I have an excuse for no warm-ups. The range is closed, so I don't have to feel guilty about it. Pretty decent. So my start in golf began at 11 years old. My dad started playing with some of his friends at work, and of course, as an 11-year-old boy, you want to do what your dad does. And so I started taking his clubs and whacking balls around the yard and what have you. And I would go with him to the driving range, and for some reason, I was just kind of naturally good at it. And at 11 years old, if you get the praise from your father and his friends that you're good at something, you really start enjoying it. And so that was my start. And I'm now 71 years old, so that's a 60-year golf life. It's been mostly good. I just played casual golf with my dad and his friends up until I was about, say 15 years old. Then I started playing with some of my own friends and never played. Back then, golf wasn't cool. There wasn't junior golf or much to speak of. So I just played casual golf and enjoyed it a lot because I was pretty good at it. And any kid's going to enjoy something when he's good at it. We've got 123 to a front pin and a wedge. Little left, but should be on the green okay. Oh yeah, about 20 feet. So skipping on up to about the age of 16, 17, there were like a couple of junior tournaments in the area that I began to enter, and I did well. I didn't win those, but one of them was a JC's event that locally, if you qualified in the top 4, you could go to the state, and I did that a couple of years in a row. So I got a little taste of competitive golf, and I liked that. I got into the high school years, and in the ninth grade, I played on the high school team. I played as number 2. I usually qualified number 1, but they didn't want me to play number 1 from the ninth grade. So I played as a number 2 player that year. And as I said, back then, golf wasn't really that popular or that cool. And it just so happened that from the 10th through the 12th grade, we didn't have a golf team anymore. Not enough people played for us to form a team. Played, represented the school as an individual in the sectional tournament first and then the state tournament. And I did okay. And as a senior, I finished 3rd in the sectionals at Duke University with a 1 over 73. Vance Hefner won. I don't know if any of you are familiar with his name. He played the tour for a while, and another player came in second. I was 3rd. Went to the States over at UNC Findlay, and I think I finished like 10th or 12th there. And I didn't attend college, so that was kind of the end of my scholastic golf career. So I did get to putt a little bit on the putting green, and they're awesomely fast. So I've got a downhiller here about 25 feet and a lot of break to the right. I just want to get it close for now, at least. Whoa, stop. Okay, I'm happy with that. Number two, par five. It's 475 from here. Quite a breezy day today. Right now it's in our face, so won't be any reaching this into. So that kind of changes my strategy. I don't really need to draw it that much. If I draw it, great. If I hit it straight, that's fine too. All right, looks good. For those of you who don't know, I grew up in Durham, North Carolina. There were a lot of good players around there. A couple universities, well, three, NC State, UNC, and Duke are all within a 25-mile radius of each other. Lots of good players. And I played local tournaments from, say, 18 years old up to probably late 30s, whatever I could get in. I actually win a couple tournaments, local tournaments, when I was in my late 20s. But what I felt good about was that even the ones I didn't win, I usually finished up around the top 10 somewhere. And so I felt like I had a pretty good reputation of a good player. Back then, we didn't have video, and I never took lessons. I just learned to hit the ball and play well, and had no clue what my swing looked like. But I did okay up through then. Then, when I got up to late 30s, I ended up playing in a qualifier for the North Carolina Open just to play the course that the qualifier was on. And lo and behold, I got in. I qualified for the North Carolina Open. So I'm in a new world. I did not make the cut in that North Carolina Open, but it opened me up to a new world that I thought, well, maybe I'm better than I think I am if I can play with these guys and get in the tournament. So I started playing in qualifiers for those and CGA, Carolina Golf Association, North Carolina Amateur, North Carolina Mid Amateur, etc. Most of the time I qualified to get in. Never was a threat to win, but I was just happy playing in them. So that opened up a new golf world for me and a reason to try to play well. 232 to the flagstick and into the wind. Not much chance of reaching, but I'm hitting 3-wood anyway. We'll see what happens here. Woo, big gust here. Very breezy fall day. Wow. Okay, let's just hit a solid one. A little off to the right. Didn't hurt anything because I'm not reaching. I just got to pitch over that bunker now. So during those years when I was playing I'll call them larger events, I even tried to qualify for the USAM and never got in, never came close. It was always a 2-day qualifier, and it took 8, 10 under for 2 rounds or more to get in. And the best I ever did was maybe even par. So that's not nearly good enough to get in the USAM. But anyway, I enjoyed all that, and I did that up through even my early senior years. The USGA considers you a senior at age 55. So I did play in a few state events as a senior from age 55 up to around 60. Did okay in those two. I won one at Tobacco Road. It was a Stableford, I remember that. But for the most part, it was the same old story. Play well, didn't win, enjoyed it immensely. So we've got almost 50 yards now uphill, very uphill, and a great big bunker looking at us. The main goal here is get over the bunker. Secondary is getting close. Can't afford to just dump it in the bunker. Ooh, I just did clear it. We got a wind at us too, and I didn't account for that. So I'm okay, but you can still see the ball from here. Okay, well, we barely got on the green here, and we've got about 25 feet, I'd say, uphill. Not a lot of break, so Maybe come just a bit left. As fast as the greens are, I couldn't get it up that hill. It was dead in there too. Number 3, par 3, 165 from here. Now you know that's between 7 and 8 for me, and you know I like to hit it harder when I'm between. But in this case, I always do that, and I still come up short. So this time I'm gonna go with the 7. Maybe just a little bit of cut. Wow, just did get over the corner of that bunker. Well, we're left with a ticklish little chip here. Very downhill, and fast as the greens are, that ball could really run away. Fortunately, I have a little bit of, I've got about 5 feet of uphill landing area that's going to help me stop it. So I've got the 56 here. I'm going to carry it on that uphill landing area to help stop the ball. Come on, ball. Okay, good enough. Number 4, par 4 straight away. It says 385 on the sign back there, but I believe the tee's up, so I'm not sure. We had a little wind help just a minute ago, and now it's kind of quit. But anyway, I want to try to hit a big one here since we're just messing around. So you may ask, Tony, why do you get on one side of the tee on this hole and down another side of the tee on another hole? It is strategic. There's no guarantees, but I know on this hole, I played here enough to know that a miss to the right is not as severe here as a miss to the left. So I'm just giving myself that angle. I'm not trying to hit it to the right. But if I mess up, I would prefer, there's no guarantees, it's just putting odds in your favor. So that's why I'm over here. I'm still going to try to hit it down the middle, of course. And then I did hit it a little right, but it's not going to be in trouble. Wow, it was pretty big though. Getting back to my golf life, I'm up to playing senior tournaments. All my life, I've really loved golf, enjoyed it. It's what I do. I played other sports. I played basketball a lot until I was 45 years old. But I've always just loved it, and I felt like it's a part of me, a part of who I am. And when I got up near 60, late 50s, it's golf began to be a little more difficult for me. I had some good days, but other days it reached a point where I could hardly break 80, if that, or worse. And it got worse over time to the point where I almost always had a bad day, and I was very disgusted with golf and disillusioned with it. And I'd try this and try that, and nothing worked. And I was kind of almost ready to just quit golf. That's how bad it was. When you've played really good golf, 80, 82, 84, 79, it's just not going to get it. It doesn't satisfy you. So then I began a journey of trying to figure out how to improve. So we're in the rough here. We don't have a great lie. It's not terrible, but it could be better. It's kind of sitting down in a depression and not much grass under it. I've got one 23 and it's uphill, so I'm going to go with the A wedge. See the flag's red, it's on the front. Just try to hit a good solid shot. These are the kind where you just have to make sure you stay down, make good solid contact, and take what it gives you and not complain. Left of the flag, but I think it's on. Actually, it's just short, but I'm okay with that because the flag's up front. Came up short. Cart's 100 yards away, and I really need a different wedge, but I'm going to try to force it up there with the 56. Okay. Got away with it. Number 5 is a par 4, about 375. Sharp dog leg left. A little low, but I love the shape of it. Going to play real good. Now we're left with 144 flags in the back. And I've got a really deep lie here. I don't know if the camera shows that, but it's sitting down. I think it's a little thin though, so I think it'll come out. Maybe it's going to fly. So I'm going with pitching wedge. Okay, that worked out. Okay, we're 15 feet uphill, breaking hard to the right. I hope you can see the hole. I took the flag out. It just seems like I'm making more putts with it out. I'm not sure why, because none of the others are hitting the flag stick and coming out. I need to give this about a foot left and get the speed right, of course. Oh gosh, a hard lip out. That was close. Okay, and so back to the saga. So I'm losing my game and I'm looking for a way to improve. Had a friend recommend a PGA pro to go take some lessons from, and I was, very willing because I was about ready to quit golf. So I went to this guy and I took a series of about 6 lessons over 3, 4 months through a golf season. I practiced every day. Only problem was I never really got a good sense of what I was trying to do or if I was practicing it correctly. So at the end of that series of lessons, I kept looking for help. So I go online and I start looking for help. And as a child, I remember wanting to put my hands and my club in a position that they would return to. And that's how I did it as a young child until I got up to 15, 16, and some of the club assistant pros and whatever that played would help us boys. And of course, they told me to drop my hands and do like they teach. So for all those years, I played from a conventional setup. But I go online and I look around and I find the Mo Norman swing. I had heard of Mo Norman, didn't know much about him, but found the Graves Golf and attempted to do what they teach or got started anyway because it more closely matched what I did as a child. And as I got into it a little bit, it just didn't seem easy or natural to me. And I have nothing against the Graves Golf. It just wasn't for me. So while I'm looking at these videos online, I see another guy teaching the same thing, or at least I thought. And it was Kirk Junga. And he was teaching a different single plane swing. So I started looking at his videos, went out, and it fixed what I had been having trouble with the Norman swing. I sent Kirk the email with the question. The next day I had back a personal answer from him. He answered my question. He never once said, please join my website, please buy anything. He just wanted to help. So I thought, well, yeah, that's the guy for me. So I did sign up for his online lessons because he was living in Germany and that was the only way I was going to get them. Nobody in the United States was teaching that unless he was in West Palm Beach at particular times doing schools. So I signed up and start learning the setup for impact swing. Number 6 is a par 5. There's a creek down there in the bottom that I could possibly reach. So I'm still going to hit driver, and I'm going to hit just a light swing with a little bit of cut. Should put me right down there in front of it. And then there's a chance to get near the green if I can get near the creek. Set up for a cut. Nice lazy swing. That's fine. A little more left than I wanted, but it should be good. So I find Kirk on YouTube, sign up for his online coaching program, and I began doing drills. The 6 drills without a ball could be done in the house. So I would sit in front of my computer screen and do these drills. I did them for about 3 months, maybe a little more, through the winter. Not saying I never went to the range and hit balls, but mostly it was drilling without a ball over and over and over again. So eventually it becomes your habit, the way you do it, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So that's setupforimpact.com in case you're interested. I'm still about 35 yards short of that creek, but and I did measure the green to the green. I don't think I can reach it, but I think if I hit a good 3-wood, I can be right up in front of it. So let's try to do that. Slight downhill lie. Very well hit. Well, let's go see. And this is just a brief overview of how this works. You start with very, very small little swings, like less than a chip, and you work your way into bigger and bigger swings, still very slow, moving very slowly until you get to the full swing, still very slowly. And all of this takes place over time. You will generally see improvement immediately, but not all of your improvement. So we did not get there as I guesstimated. We've got a 2-level green, flag is in the back, and it's going to break hard to the left, especially as it goes up that slope to the second level. I've got to play it a good 10 feet right of the hole. I brought 2 clubs with me, a pitching wedge and an A wedge, which is the less lofted of my 2 gap wedges. I'm going to use the A wedge, I do believe. Good chance for birdie, but not an easy shot. So if we can get this within 10 feet or so, we can have a good shot. I mainly want to get it up the tier and within 10 feet or so. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Whoa, whoa. Wow, look at it go. I can't tell. It looks like it might be 5 feet. I was right. It was 5 feet. Unfortunately, that drift we saw was bringing it down below the hole, and it's almost a straight input. I think left center firm, and it's in. Oh, yeah. Okay, finally, a birdie. Number 7, par 3. From here, it's playing 150 with a front pin. Got a little bit of crosswind to the right from the left. I don't think that's going to affect the shot. I've got 9. Just going to hit a good solid shot up there. Nothing special. Oh, that felt really good. It's a little left of the flag, but it was well hit. Awesome. I like it. Okay, and back to setup for impact. So what did it do for me after doing all those drills and learning the system? It was really easy because you don't have to learn a swing. You just learn to make impact and do it the way you do it. So I immediately, that spring, when I started playing golf again, I was immediately back down to at least as good as I was before, maybe better. And for these last 10 years, from age 60 to now, well, 11 years, 60 to 71, I've played better golf than I did when I was young. Seriously, from the same tees. So, and Kirk says he is too. He's 61 now. He's won a national tournament 3 times in a row, playing his best golf of his life too. So, if you've watched my videos, you've seen the evidence of it. What did it do for me? It made a simple swing without excess motion, just a back and through, make good contact. I got a couple bonuses out of it. One was the drills that you begin with, the first couple drills, mimic your short game chipping stroke, and that's the best part of my game, to be honest about it. If you've watched the videos, I think you'll agree. So I came out with an awesome short game that I didn't have before. It was okay, it was pretty good, but now it's really good, and that takes a lot of pressure off the rest of your game when you don't feel like you got to hit the green. And the other part was that I can depend on this swing. I don't have to go to the range and search for something that's going to work like I used to. I know exactly how to practice. That being said, to be honest, I play enough golf. I don't practice, just play golf, and every swing I make is a practice. Is a practice motion. So those are the benefits that I have reaped from Setup for Impact. And if you haven't guessed it by now, That was my big breakthrough. Unfortunately, it came at age 60 instead of, you know, 20 or 30 or even 40. But at whatever age you are, you should give it a try because it will improve your game. It's going to move you up a level or two, and you're going to be real happy because it's easy to do. So anyway, that's a kind of about it for my breakthrough. And now I'm enjoying golf. I play a lot. I'm retired. It's so satisfying to go out there and hit the ball where you're looking most of the time. You hit some bad shots. That's just golf. But it's very satisfying to shoot good scores. So that'll be it for now. I'm going to finish this 9 on camera playing, and that'll end the video. Okay, we got a 16-footer, and I mean to tell you, it's going to be a struggle just to get it to stop near the hole. You just have to putt defensively a little bit. And I've got to go at least 2 feet out to my left on a 16-foot putt just to try to get it to stop near the hole. And if it falls in, it's partly luck. Well, I didn't get it there, but you see what I'm talking about with the drift. It's actually running away from the hole right now. Okay, here we go. Number 8, 366 par 4, very uphill, hard dogleg right. And we've got wind behind us, so it's going to makes it, a downwind makes it harder to work the ball. It tends to want to go straight, so I've got to really try to put a little on it. And I really want to be out left of those bunkers. I don't want to go toward the bunkers. I say that all the time and end up going there, but straight ahead is best. Just a little bit of cut. Yeah, it went right towards them. I think I'm in one of them. There's a bunker there that my ball flew into, and there's one over here, a big one. And I'm in the middle of all 3 of them right here. So I got lucky. See if we can take advantage of this good break. So we've got 129 left, but it is uphill, and it seems that quite often on this hole, when I hit what I feel is the correct club, it comes up short. So I'm going to go with the real smooth pitching wedge rather than a hard A wedge. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. Well, I think the point of hitting more club is to get it there, and I hit it easy, so I think I equaled it out to what the gap wedge would be. I'm in the same place, about 30 feet short, a lot of break left. I'm not even going to move all these leaves, just going to roll it up in the kiddie pool here. A little low, but it'll work. You see how much break they have? It's just crazy. Okay, number 9. 300 yards, mostly straight away. The green sits a little off to the left, but we're going to go straight. Did I say 300 yards? So is it a driver? I think we're 1 under. Is it a good drive? One more good drive, T. Yeah, like it. And we got 40 yards to a back pin. I can play right of it and it'll come around some instead of going over that bunker. That should come around. It looks like it's going to stay above the hole, which is not what I want. Okay, we got it actually close enough for a tap in here. From back there, it looked like it was 18 feet behind the hole.